In today's video, we're going to talk about a movie that is quite distinct from the ones that we have covered thus far. The movie that we're going to talk about today is the high-intense drama indie film that came out in 2019, which is Jungleland. What's up, all you showmen and showwomen around the world? Welcome to another edition of ShowmaNation. If you're new to this channel, then make sure to hit the subscribe button with the bell icon and make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram by clicking on the links in the description box so that you guys get regular updates about the channel and about my videos. Now that we have gotten that out of the way, let's get right down to business. Jungleland is a drama indie film that was first released in the Toronto International Film Festival back in 2019 and was later released in video on demand in Amazon Prime in 2020. The movie is directed by Max Winkler and it stars Charlie Hunnam, who is best known for his hit TV show Sons of Anarchy, while the other lead actor is Jack O'Connell, whose best work includes Unbroken or the Netflix hit series Godless, amongst other things. The movie begins with the lead character, Stanley Kaminsky, played by Charlie Hunnam, who's trying to talk to his brother, Walter, while he's trying to get some sleep. Stanley talks about his hopes and dreams of owning a house with his brother one day after he wins his big fight, which was the very next day. Then, when they wake up in the next morning, we see them sneaking out of the window instead of getting out from the front door, and this was a very subtle indication as to how harsh the reality of our main characters really are. Stanley is this charismatic, street-smart manager of his younger brother, Walter Kaminsky, who's played by Jack O'Connell, who's this gifted boxer. We see them struggling through life, trying to make ends meet by working in a sewing factory during the day while fighting in underground boxing matches during the night. Stanley owes money to this crime boss named Pepper, and to make that money, he ends up betting on his brother's big fight, which was later that night. Upon discovering this, an angry Walter throws the fight, which puts Stanley into more debt. To recover that money, Pepper gives them a proposition. They have to drive a girl named Sky, played by Jessica Barton, who is best known for her Netflix series End of the Effin' World, to this dangerous gangster called Yates, to Reno, Nevada, and have Walter compete for $100,000 in an underground prize fight called Jungleland in San Francisco, Chinatown. And then we see our main characters embark on a journey across the country to what becomes a trip of manipulation, revelation, and ultimate sacrifice. Now, this was basically a premise of the movie, and now if I have to point out all the positives of the film, then I'll start with: this is an indie drama film, and for those of you who are not familiar with the term indie, it usually refers to films that are not associated with the big studios and is made by a very modest budget. These kind of films are usually very rich in acting, and this film stays very true to its genre, as the acting is very bold and powerful. Charlie Hunnam lives up to his name as he gives an amazing performance as this street-smart, sometimes somewhat selfish talent manager who's also a very loving brother and would do anything for his family. Jack O'Connell shines in his role as a gifted professional boxer who's also tormented by his own issues and struggles. Their chemistry on screen was just beautiful, and you can't help but root for these two brothers as they go through the hardships of life. Jessica Barton does a good job as Sky in a role of a damsel in distress, although she was really annoying and frustrating at times. The second good thing that I would want to talk about is the screenplay. For a film that is heavily reliant on drama with no thrill or action sequences, you would expect that the film would have some low points where you would get bored. But I gotta give credit to the screenplay, because the length of the film was just perfect and there was never a dull moment throughout the movie. The cinematography was also very beautiful and gave the film some artistic, aesthetic vibes. Now that includes the good part of the film, and now if I have to sum up all the bad parts of the movie, then I'll start with: when I read the premise of the film, I thought I was walking into a sports drama film, but much to my disappointment, there were barely any fight scenes. I guess the director took a more metaphorical approach and referred to the world outside of the ring as Jungleland, because as the movie goes on, we see our characters fight tooth and nail just to survive in this cruel world. The last crappy part of the film that I would want to point out is that some of the things felt a bit rushed with no proper background. Like, for starters, they try to hype up this character throughout this movie as this dangerous gangster, but they do very little to actually make me care for the characters, so I feel they could have done a lot more there. Another thing that I would want to point out is that the ending felt a bit rushed. Like, one character will do something before the ending, and then they will do something right after the ending, and it's gonna make you wonder as to what the reasons behind their actions were. In the end, I'm gonna give this movie a solid 6.3 out of 10, and I would say that even though the story of the film was a bit weak, the strong performances that have been put in by the lead characters more than makes up for it and makes it a decent watch. For those of you who are into indie films, you guys should definitely give this a watch, and even more so if you guys are a Charlie Hunnam fan just like me. To all you guys who stuck by throughout this video, I just want to say thank you very much, guys, and I really appreciate this. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please like and share this video and subscribe to my channel by hitting the bell icon, because I'm gonna upload new videos every week, and I would love it if you guys were a part of this nation. Until next time, bye for now.